is. We see how great when the live don't goes. Let me see the things I could do on YouTube with it. Can't do much when I'm on here. But I just want to talk about you. It's been over 2 years I had this phone. 2 years. 2 years. And it's been one of the best experiences of a flagship phone I ever had. One of the best experiences. The pen is dope. You could sway the phone, take photos what you want. You could go, and it's good to use for business, where you could go ahead and point out certain things to certain companies and everything, and make emphasis. They act like they don't know anything. Then when you circle it with the pen and everything, then it comes out good. You always can prove your facts with this phone. That's always you can do. And as far as the speaker experience now, update. The speaker's experience is amazing now. First, the speaker experience wasn't that great. The LG Velvet, the video I did 2 years ago on my other channel, which I'm gonna put flashbacks on pretty soon, videos on here soon. And they're not gonna be the best resolution, because all the saving I have to do on the computer and all that takes away the resolutions. Just to let you know, when I do flashback videos, you may only get 150, you may only get 240 or 480 on it. So you may not get that 720 or 1080 effect. So when I did that video right there, the speakers on this wasn't as good. Now the speakers with all the updates sound as loud as the 22. And maybe sound as loud as the 23. I haven't tried the 23 yet. But the 23 is going to be pretty dope. I'm definitely planning on getting it within a month and having it in my arsenal. That's on a few things, but I'm not going to talk about that. So here's the spectacular experience I had. The filming experience. You can change it over to 4K, and the 8K experience I enjoy so much with making movies and making little videos on this to show off the phone. One of the best investments I ever invested in, too. And the way it works on Google Wallet, which used to be Google Pay, now it's Google Wallet, where I could go ahead and use this phone like it's my credit card. You know what I'm saying? On a credit card terminal. One of the most fastest experiences I ever did. You know what I mean? I don't have to go inside my damn wallets and use a card. You know what I mean? And this phone for 2 years is fast and furious. It's still sleek looking, still with a good camera. The camera's not going to be as good as your update like 22s and your 23s. But you know how to etch your camera, you know how to set your camera right. It could come out to be pretty good. You know what I mean? Still got the dual camera. Still got the dual camera on it. It still has that dual camera, which I have used before a couple of times. Remember I had George Macon that on his phone. He didn't know it. And he has used it a few times himself too. So that dual camera feature is great. I know on the newer phones they have that dual camera feature has spread out to 4 cameras, where you can do all types of different stuff on it with the 22 and the 23. And on top of that, you can still set up night mode on this and everything. Portrait, landscape. It's all dope. It's all wonderful. So the Note 20 Ultra now is probably about $300-400. Some places $700. But with the S23 coming out, that price is going to drop drastically. So you're not trying to spend your money on a phone and you can't get the latest and the greatest. My advice is go grab a Note 20 Ultra. You'll thank me for it later. Go grab one. Then later on, if you want to upgrade to a 22 and 23, use that towards an upgrade to that. That's all. You want the best phone you can use for personal and for business. This is the one to go to. 512 on this motherfucker has been great. Has been downloaded a lot of business, a lot of apps. Been able to be flexible with my apps too while I'm on it. But only thing you're gonna have a problem with this phone is by being older model or older battery. It's the A65 on this. It's the A65 on it. The A65 does heat up on it. You know what I mean? But it heats up because I have not the AC. I have the heat on in the vehicle. Then when the heat's going up into this holster right here, it traps in. Then the next thing you know, the phone overloads and cuts off. That's the only thing that it would do. But you can keep it cool and everything. This phone works out very good, very fine. And it's still very fast on applications. I mean, to be honest, I really don't need the S23. I could keep this 1 or 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Look at the Note 9. Some people are still gonna keep in their Note 9s, even though they're not getting no more updates on them and everything. And this phone, when I got it back a month ago, it took me all night from where I had to put it in the shop and bringing it back and get the new glass on it and everything to get updates. Matter of fact, they replaced everything on the phone. They just took the insides out, took the case out, and took this whole thing out. So this is practically a brand new phone. A brand new phone that I can't really appreciate. And I could go another 2 years of this phone. But I'm gonna get the latest and greatest this year. You know what I mean? Because that's how you keep your channel going. It's all about the fans, it's all about the people and giving the people what they want. You know what I mean? And you can't give the people what you want. Your channel don't mean nothing. It doesn't mean anything. But it means a lot when you're able to get the fans what they want and able to demonstrate what that device and what that device or electronic product does and good demonstrations. That's what it does. So I'm very happy with I got this Note 20 Ultra back. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, this thing is still fast on apps when you use them on applications. I did not get the S21 at all because the S21 didn't have a Note model to it, but the S21 was still fast. You know what I mean? It's still fast, still 512 to that joint and everything. But the S22 came out one of the best. A lot of people still love the S22s. A lot of people still love the S22s and the S23. Now people really don't need it, but since I didn't get the S22, the 23 is the one I would get. And trust me, this phone right here is not get this S20 Ultra is not going to get traded. I'm going to keep this for years and years to come. Just like I did with my HTC U11. I think it came out better than the speakers on the HTC U11 now. So now, whew, the dynamic chamber for the sound in this, after all the updates, is amazing. I can hear very loud sound, almost more louder than my Moto G Stylus now. And I remember my Moto G Stylus was my go-to phone for loud speakers and loud sound and loud bass and stuff like that. But the Moto G Stylus still beats it on Bluetooth. But I'm gonna try the new Motorola's this year. Try to get 1 or 2 of those Motorola's this year and try to see how the sound compares with that Moto G Stylus into now. But I know with the Note 20 Ultra, the speakers on these phones are amazing. When Samsung first came out with these phones, they wasn't up to date with the sound. But when you keep these phones for like 2 or 3 years until all the updates is done, they become most amazing phones. But every year they're moving on to the next model. That's what they're moving on. Everybody's still out and about, so the video probably get replayed later on for everybody to watch it. You know what I mean? All I'm thinking about is Eagles beat the 49ers. That's all I'm thinking about. You know what I mean? So I am going to be drinking this weekend and all that. I mean, I chilled out for the drinking for a little bit, but when the football games are going and stuff like that, and we eating food, the wings, the cheesesteak and all that, it's like a celebration and stuff like that. But I got stuff now where I'm going to be going back to healthy eating. So Note 20 Ultra. Let me go ahead and look up something on this. I'm going to interrupt my program. So see if I got my other phones with me to look up what the price is for the Note 20 Ultra. Let me go ahead to turn on the Wi-Fi to the phone. And you can get one and put visible search in it. You have a great, wonderful phone. You don't always have to get the latest and the greatest. You know what I mean? So I just want to see. So right here, we have another pen phone right here. It's been wonderful to me too. Been the Moto G Stylus right here. This pen is just as good as the Note, just as fast for a cheaper price. It has both of these phones have SD cards in them. You know what I mean? But of course, the Note is much more better than this one. You know what I'm saying? The Note, plus this is a metal pen too. You know what I'm saying? I could put this against metal and it sticks onto a pole or something. That's what it does. So let me go right ahead and pull up see how much the Note 20 Ultra, because I want to be accurate with y'all on here. I want to be very accurate. I just taking guess and all that. I haven't really looked into it. Been too busy on this road. Been too busy. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the articles at Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra versus iPod format 14. So I'll be doing a talk about that on a video next week. So I'm going to bring all the videos back slowly. So let me go right ahead and do this. The price of a Note 20 Ultra in 2023.
According to Swappa, Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G prices start at $328 and cost $534 on average as of January 2023. Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G prices will continue to get cheaper over time.
You hear that? You get them for $300. You get this phone for $349. $349, and probably the one you get for $349 is the 128. You gotta remember, I have the original last note of the Note phone line left. People, you may want to buy this and keep this as a collector's item. This is a phone that you really never sell, to be honest with you. That you never get rid of. You know what I mean? Let me go to shopping and see what it says right there. And let me see. The Note 20 Ultra. They got 300 on back market. They got it for $346. $346 for the Note 20 Ultra. That's what they have it right here. And this let me pull it up on back market. And this is a refurbished model. This is a refurbished model right here. Look how the price came down on this too. Let me go ahead and get the pointer. Look what the price was before this. Look at it from that $1,000 mark all the way down to $346. Amazing how these phones come down in 1 or 2 years. And when you get all the updates, it's worth it. But you know, they move on to the next model. Companies get greedy. You know what I mean? And let me see, for the top shelf one. Your top shelf one right here would be $424.26. You know, instead of paying $14 now. And it's, let me see, they got one that's $512. Could I have a $512 model right here? Think I'm giving up my $512? Nah. Let me go right here and see they got one for $512. Okay, top shelf. But they only come with here. Let me see if we could get one for Note 20 Ultra. Note. And 70% less than new. One for 371, 375. Let me see if we can get one that's $512. So your 512 ones right here, which is the highest for the old Note series, the original Note series, which I have right now, the one that I exactly got, Mystic Black, Note 20 Ultra, 512 GB, 12-month warranty for $541 right here, $541, and you have this one for $575. You have another one that's $749. And one for $676. So let's see what this one, the 425, is all about. This one's only compatible with AT&T, so when you order one here, be careful of what you order. But you want top shelf, 512, that's it. And it only comes in the Mystic Black. And this is one that's 128, so now I gotta go back to the one that's 512. So this one right here for $676. So the highest this phone goes up to for XNet and 512 is $779. $779. If you can't, my advice is get a 256, get yourself a nice SD card of one terabyte in it, and you're good to go. Even the 512, get 1 terabyte, good to go. Even at 128, get yourself a 1 terabyte card with this phone, and you're good to go with it. So my experience, this phone has helped me make a lot of money. It helps my businesses grow and everything. And it has helped me, aid me in doing some real business and growing in some real things. When I had that A52, seemed like my whole status went down the tubes. Went down the tubes, you know. That's what it seems like. So for the Note 20 Ultra, I'm gonna let you know. Here we get the Moto G Stylus right here. And I mean, we're gonna upgrade all these phones. And we get the other TCL right here. This one has been pretty good right here. Just to get around everyday phone that you use. So the experience I've been on this phone has been very impeccable and very versatile. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't miss it for another day as well. But we're going to keep it as a business phone. The personal phone will be the S23 Ultra. Can't wait to get my hands on it. And we're going to do all types of tests and everything with it, with all different forms of the cameras, sound tests, everything else. And that time for Samsung's coming up on February 1st, where they're gonna have their lives and all that about the phone and all that in different phones. So stay tuned for that live. I won't be showing it on here, but I probably might do a live talk about it for a little bit. But I had to watch it over and over again this time. So wonderful experience, Samsung. I love it. I took a lot of y'all in the tech community advice when I was obsessed with HTC. Y'all came out 100, 200, 3,000% right on this phone. And took me 2 years to bring just back to the Samsung compared to using Apple and compared to using HTC. And I got Samsung's phones all figured out now. You know what I mean? Cameras, sound effects, and everything, and the AKA that's up in this joint. I wasn't impressed with it at first, but I'm very impressed with it now with the 2 years of updates. And then that night when I got it back, I had to transfer for the A52, and I had to wait for like 20 to 15 updates. This took me all night for this phone to update all night long. When I started, let me see what time. I started about like 8, 9 o'clock. I did not get done until 12 hours later, until early in the morning when the Note 20 Ultra update. And I'm very impressed with the updates of this phone. I am very enthusiastic. You know what I mean? And I could listen to it as a loudspeaker. You know what I mean? It's louder than some portable speakers inside the crib. And you hear the bass inside the chamber when after updates. That's why I like doing these phones after updates and like to know what the differences that they really made. But this only going to stay, since you got 22 and 23 out, this only going to stay in a dual camera mode. You know what I'm saying? There's only going to stay in a dual camera mode, and that's it. So people get to enjoy the replay of this. Samsung, I have nothing but love for you and stuff like that. Nothing but love. You could officially call me a Philadelphia Samsung Knight now. I'm not officially one, but you could call me one. I'm going to stick with your phones. Test them, use them, and everything. That's all. I don't know I'll do another A series phone ever again, but it has to be Galaxy Notes and stuff like that. It has to be, or it has to be folds. And I plan on getting a Fold 5. Sorry about the Fold 4. I might still get a Fold 4, but it ain't going to be like the top of the line Fold 4. Might be like 256 or something, but I had plans for that too, but they talking about what the Fold 5 is going to be too. So, but a lot of people say the same phone, but with the S22 and the S23, but don't the S23 got a 200 MP camera on it? How is the same phone with the 22? Well, that only had a 108 MP camera on it, and that new one has a 200 MP camera on it. The Motorola phone that came out overseas have a 200 MP camera on it. If I could get my hands on that, and test them both, that's it. But really, it's really the same camera because it's both Samsung, except the camera I was in that Motorola is in the S23, and Motorola used Samsung's equipment to make a good phone of that. And I had made videos on it. So we got to see how this zoom and everything on the S23 comes out. You know what I mean? But it will be tests done on this phone with the Note 20 Ultra. So comparison videos coming very soon between the two, and we're gonna see the 3 years of differences. All right, with highway testing and all that. So stay tuned. That phone S23 with the 200 MP camera coming to Keystone Tech. Let's see anyone's in the live chat. Any said anything? Nobody ain't saying nothing. Cause I know I'm talking about older phone where everybody's talking about the S23. You know what I mean? Got their cases that most people still got theirs ahead of time. So I gotta work on my promotions and everything and all that. I'm planning on doing that this year. So people, I'm out. I made my point with this. There's no more to be said. This phone, 2.5 years later, the Note 20 Ultra is good, still a wonderful and great experience of a phone. Still a beautiful ass experience. Still smooth, still suave, still great 8K camera on it. But the upgrade cameras got more stabilization. When you take photos and stuff like that, the graphics and the lights don't spread out. It does splatter out on this. But I had to do some editing on it. So yeah, what's up, wise guys? So I have took y'all tech community advice, and I salute all y'all. Alan, every last Team 100, all y'all. And my man Sage, you're number one when it came to the advice on this. One of the most happiest people to have this phone ever in my life. One of the most happiest people to have this phone. But we see how happy we get when we have the S23. And I advise anyone to keep these phones for like at least 2 years. At least 2 years. And if you can't afford anything else, or you got to go contract or pay $1,000, and you got to pay $400 for a glass or something, repair that glass and keep it. It is worth it. It is worth it. Nothing's touching the pen on Samsung or anything. And you can't get anything. You want to get the newest, the latest, the greatest, and you can't afford it and stuff like that, then go with this TCL stylus. You can get a Metro PCS. It's $200 on there, but you go with a Metro plane, you could get it for like $100 or $90 dollars. You know what I mean? Or 110, whatever price, whatever store that is. You know what I'm saying? That's all. So just doing nonsense. You know? So this has been great to me. What's up, 10-minute tech reviews? We're going to get together soon, 10-minute tech reviews. Expect the message on me on Instagram, and I want to talk about some tech things and some ideals with you. All right? I'd like to bring you on the Keystone team and bring you aboard. So, yep. So this one has a good camera on it. For 1080, did you like 1080 or 720 photography? This is wonderful. This is wonderful. You know what I'm saying? That's all. When you eat my dick, motherfucker. By the way. And see, you already revealed yourself. They were talking about that. I want you to go talk to one of them, Carlos and them. Talk to Carlos and see about getting a new phone yourself. You've been put in timeout, sucker. Go ahead and watch. Find another account somewhere. Yup. So we got to continue on the plans. I'm not going to pay these. One thing I'm not going to do is pay these cats no mind. They want attention. Worry about that person. Worry about that cop murder and stuff like. Worry about our own people murdering cops. It's a problem. We are against each other, and it's a real serious issue. So and with this camera right here, when I already proven it in many videos, you know, it's great. But the last YouTube video I did with this, I wasn't liking it too much. Going to fade in and out and everything. I don't want phone cameras that are going to fade in and out at all. That's why I'm getting a GoPro. That's why I said I was going to get a GoPro, but I already got the GoPro playing together. I'm going to get and use that. Somebody else had used that on their videos to a GoPro, and the footage on it was beautiful. I was impressed. I was amazed. You know what I mean? I forgot his name. He rides bike. He's from New York and rides those bikes in Georgia and all that. You know what I mean? That's what he does. So this is wonderful. So, see the two people I got off. That's what I say. Let me see you on top chart. So he already been deleted and stuff. You don't buy my phones. You don't support. You send me a fucking Cash App. And put these clowns in timeout. Yep. That's what it is. That's what it is. I don't care. But anyway, we're going to stay on here and do what we have to do. You know? Cool. When they don't have no voice and stuff like that, it's like them having a great dick in their ass. They can't, in their mouth. They can't talk or move. And when they get the dick in their ass, they can't do nothing. Funny, isn't it? Funny, isn't it? And Wise Guys, okay, you're pretty good. He's pretty good. So I don't have time for these people. I'm not going on a rant or nothing like that. Who has time for that? That makes your channel look bad. It makes you look like a sucker in the tech game. That's what it makes you look like. Not everybody has the money to get the latest and greatest. That's all. You didn't learn your lesson, I say. You didn't learn your fucking lesson. You didn't learn your fucking lesson. I already told you. Now, I'm going to increase the heat. But we're not going to do it on here. But anyway, I want to go right ahead and introduce you to something else, too. You know what I mean? This video of this other phone right here, I didn't see the use. I really didn't see the use. But I am going to go ahead and, probably in a month or so, in a month or so. Yep, in a month. I didn't see the use of, but this one right here, yeah. And I'm thinking about getting a OnePlus Nord 300 and test it against this. That's a new one right here. That's another new one I'm going to get, OnePlus Nord 300. And later on, I might get the 11. I'm gonna let all the other community, all tech community protagonists go ahead and talk about that and see what they say about it, and see what they say about the big black Hasselblad camera on back of it. So 11 would be pretty dope to get, but I'm gonna get the Nord 300. But I want to do this too. A test I didn't do. I should have done years ago. The Note 20 Ultra versus the LG Velvet 4K, 8K, something I never did before. I was into the sound test and I'm thinking the Note 20 is going to slaughter the LG Velvet. I'm going to do that pretty soon after the S23. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that as soon as possible. Just to see the difference between LG, two phones up the same year, with updates 2 years late, 2.5 years later, just to get an idea of it. So that'll be great for people to see that. You know, that's about it. So I'm happy. I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy to try to do that for y'all. It'll be a great service for me to do it. Let me try to get this chat visible. That's all. So S23 Ultra is going to be pretty dope to get. and put it against the Note 20. So you're going to get 1 to 2 more Note 20 Ultra videos from me before the new one comes. Going to get an old school challenge of 2 years ago. Is what you're going to get. That's all. So expect that video coming very soon. All right. I'm going to get out of here, people. You know what I mean? I got a bottle of liquor to go get for tomorrow's game because it's going to be too crowded at these stores to go ahead and buy yourself one. You know what I'm saying? And get ready and get ready to go home and eat this nice, wonderful, thick ass cheesesteak and stuff like that. It's making my mouth water. Yeah, I'm fat boy for now, you know what I mean? But I got a couple of things at home I'm going to lose weight off of me. I got my UMC Labs Zupu and stuff like that. I got that, and it came with a vitamin B, supplement with it. I didn't have to pay no extra for that, which is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Then from there, get a couple other things through the months out, then really execute on the plan I want to go ahead and execute on. That's all. So Note 20 Ultra, 2 years, and I'm giving my 2 years review on this. And I'm giving you in the tech community a round of applause. It's been a wonderful experience. But it's time to move on to upgraded phones now. It's time to move on to better phones. Better than ever. You know what I mean? And top notch. If I could get the 23, the C45 and the Red Magic 8 Pro, I'm fine. I don't need a whole bunch of phones to review because I want to review other products on here. We have to get ready for our survival stuff out here. All that trolling and all that ain't gonna work in this new world. You're going to feed yourself. And after that thing that happened in Memphis, or people have been set back 500 years. Deadly force is coming to us soon. So I'm out. 1, be careful with these phones. And I want to say one more thing before I'm out. Use the pay option on your joint. Use the pay option. Use the Google Pay option, not the Google Wallet option on your joint. And you got some people are using Apple Pay. But you got too many cats that are obsessed with Apple. Get off the Apple dick. Start being versatile and using other phones. Start going to Xiaomi's. Start going to Oppo. Start going to other ones. And you'll find your experience better. Okay, hit me up on Instagram and hit me up on Instagram, my man. Hit me up on IG. I'll give you some information. You could talk one-on-one. All right, and I have a great idea to do this too myself. You know what I mean? We're definitely going to get together 10-minute tech reviews and do it live. But we're going to talk about it over the phone and stuff like that. That's it. I got another person I got to bring on with a live too from overseas who wants to talk too about some tech. You know what I mean? Mr. Ford, I ain't forget about you. We'll be getting that done and executed pretty soon. You know what I mean? Yeah, we do need a small community. My community is the one that's going to need to be small. That's all. And we're going to keep the knuckleheads out of it. You know what I mean? We're going to keep the knuckleheads out of it. And I mean, you can refilm this. And I mean the knuckleheads out. All right? We're going to keep them motherfuckers out. Okay? The knuckleheads will be staying out, and we're going to talk serious tech. And maybe we could grow to get some new phones, get some better computers, and get some better things. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. And get a lot better things in that. I would love to do is get one other phone, the Unhertz. Easy's been talking about the Unhertz phones. Pretty much like I heard they're like a combination of Android, BlackBerry, and Nextel. I'll talk to him more about it. But I got to check his new video out on another Unhertz phone that they brought out. So Unhertz might be a good other business alternative phone I can use. All right, people, I got to go.